guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a drugstore cruelty-free guide. Considering the fact that we are not really able to go out to stores right now, certain things, most of them you can get through Ulta. They started doing some pickup orders and of course just ordering online. But yeah, I try to make it as simple as possible, and I think maybe ordering it through Ulta would be a lot quicker, easier. And plus they have that awesome, amazing reward program, so yeah. Alright, let's start. So to start with, I'm going to do my eyes. Let's do my eyes first. I have a brush set right here, so if you're a beginner, it's very intimidating sometimes to know what colors are going to go with your eyes, or if you should be spending that much on eyeshadow, or what about brushes. It's just a very intimidating process to start. But I found that these tools, this specific set was given to me before my birthday, but I've actually purchased this set before, and I own all of them. I've used all of them consistently, so I know this is great quality. I just haven't opened this. I wanted just to show you the aesthetic of the packaging. So not only does it come with like the, what is it, 5 brushes, so it comes with the 5 brushes, an actual like storage container, but it also has some instructions on the back here how to do some eye looks. So I think that's really helpful. Open it up and see what it looks like. A container, so maybe you have dirty brushes or something, you can just store it in here for anything, or like when I have a video to make, this would be great for me. As I go through my eye look, I'll show you what I use each one for, but I'm going to tell you what they're for. So this one, the large eyeshadow brush, it's just for blending. Usually this one I like to use for one shadow look, and I just put this all over on my lid and just blend it up into my crease, and just quick and easy, go. This one I usually, it's called the, what is it called? The angled crease. That's what that looks like. And I use this to just blend some color into the crease. So basically this will be my crease brush. And I really do like that it's angled. Okay, and then these 3 little ones. Let's start with this one. Let's start with this one. Accent Shadow. This one you could use to put color on the lid. I like to use it to put a highlight shade in my inner corner. I really love that. I love this for that. And this one is a liner smudge, so you can use it for your lower lash line, just to smudge that color under there, or for, you know, if you lined your eyes, you can use that to line that. I also use this one for an inner corner highlight. And then this one, I actually haven't seen this one in a while in my collection because they're so little and they just get kind of lost in there. But this one is a detail liner. If you have a gel liner, you could probably use that for this. Or even to get in here, the inner corner, if you want to be really detailed, or, you know, anything little details that you need, these 3 will be great for that. But we might not use them all today. I want to keep the eye look as simple as possible. I like to use the Milani eyeshadow primer. This has never failed me. As you can see how much I'm almost done with this one. And I think this is the second one that I've gone through. So let's just go ahead and apply that. I use a very tiny amount. And if I have anything left over, I just transfer it to the other eye. So I go from inner corner to outer corner, from lid all the way to brow. This is the stuff that you want to leave out. You can always leave this out. I just want to cover everything from A to Z for you. And that way you can use this video as reference for later on when you want to implement more items into your collection. So the eyeshadows that I picked out, you can always, there's so many eyeshadows to pick out, but I think it's just very easier to start with less shades than a huge palette, because huge palettes are very overwhelming. The ones that I picked out for this are the e.l.f. bite-size shadows. So the ones I have with me are Cream and Sugar. I'll show you each one as I go. Okay. This one's Cream and Sugar. This one is pumpkin pie. I thought I had truffles. Pumpkin pie. And then this one is rose water. And to be honest, I think I'm going to go in with rose water just because I wanted to go in with cream and sugar, but I just, honestly, this is like a mini mauve shade that can still be neutral. So the way that you can do eyeshadow, you can do eyeshadow, you can do makeup however you want. To me, to make it simpler for you guys, I'm going to do one matte shade in the crease, and then I'm going to take a shimmer shade all over the lid. So that way it just makes it easier. With this all over the crease, this little pinky shade right here. I'm using my angled crease brush, and then we'll go from there. So let me speed through that really quick while I do it. Up your eyeshadow to the desired pigmentation that you'd like. I might just go back and blend some later, but for now I think that's good. I always have an issue right here that's just on my eye though, the texture for some reason. My eye just doesn't want to help me out there. Do one last blend. Those are $3 each. $3 guys, and they're so good. Like this right here is, I like the mattes and all of them, but the shimmers are what wins it for me. The shimmers are so amazing, like high-end quality for $3. $3, and there's so many different colors that you guys can choose from. But yeah, so okay, so I'm gonna take this pink right here, that one, and I'm just gonna put it all over my lid. Let me get my towel. Hold on. So I can use the other lighter shade for my inner highlight. Alright, let's see. I feel like this is way too big for that. Yeah, I'm not going to take this one. I like this one specifically for one shadow looks. Like just you're going to take one shadow and just throw it in everywhere. So I'm going to take the smaller brush and show you. Let's see how we can do this. Do you see that? Look at that. Look at that. Pigmentation, that shimmer. Beautiful. Also, this eye set is really great if you have smaller eyes. Of course, you can always use your finger if you don't want to go in with the brush. Just, you know, grab some with your finger and just stamp it on there, or, you know, pat it on there. Whatever you like. This is not an eyeshadow tutorial, sorry. Just a drug show. Okay, and there you go. For face, the #1 primer that I absolutely love, that it's gonna work for any, it's gonna work for any face type, oily skin, dry, as long as you make sure that you do your skincare beforehand and you moisturize, especially for dry skin. That would just help. But it's the NYX Angel Veil primer. Oops. It's NYX Angel Veil primer. This primer makes your makeup look so nice, so beautiful, and it kind of just puts a veil over your face and just makes it really, really pretty and ready for foundation. So let's go ahead and put some on. I put about this much for my whole face. I like to smear. For face, I have a brush set that I also think it's great, and it covers pretty much all your bases. And it's the Everyday Essentials by Real Techniques. The other eye set, the eye set was by EcoTools. I didn't mention that. Sorry about that, guys. So this brush set comes with a blush brush, a sponge, a crease brush, a setting brush, and then a foundation brush. But I use them for different things, so I'll show you what I use them for. You know, a sponge for foundation, concealer, so on and so forth. I don't think I'm going to use it today because I want to show you what the other brushes can be used for. You wet your sponge and then you squeeze it out to make sure that it's just damp and not, you know, soaking wet. And then you just stamp your foundation all over your face. And your concealer, you can set your face with it too. Use powder with it. but I'm more interested in using the brushes so I can really show you guys the versatility of these brushes. This is the foundation brush. You can use this for foundation. This is what it looks like. It's very nice and soft. You can use this as a contour, cream contour right here for bronzer. It blends out beautifully. And I think those are the only two that I use for. I wouldn't use it for blush just because it's too dense for cream or liquid blush. And also like to apply cream or liquid blush with my hands. Oh, you can also use a sponge to do contour or liquid and cream blush. Just another use for that one. For my foundation, I chose the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. A couple of reasons why I chose this tinted moisturizer. The two most important reasons is when you start out looking for foundations, you don't know what shade you are. It's unless you are like professionally matched, and even then sometimes it's hit or miss, to be honest. I kid you not. And a tinted moisturizer is much more forgiving than an actual foundation with much more pigmentation to it. And then the second reason, you don't know what your preference is yet. You don't know, you might know your skin type, which is a huge advantage because then you know what will work a little bit better to start off with. But you don't know if you like full coverage. You don't know if you like radiant foundations. You don't know if you like matte foundations. You don't know if you like light coverage, meaning you don't know your coverage level, and you don't know your finish. Your finish. So that's why I think the tinted moisturizer is where to start, and then go from there. And then it's also it's $14. Oh, I forgot to mention the prices of everything so far, guys. I think. Well, no, just that. And then yeah. So let me back up for like 2 seconds. The EcoTools thing, I don't remember how much the EcoTools set is. I'll list it down below though. The Real Technique set is $19.99, but it's always on sale on Ulta. Most things will always be on sale at Ulta, which is always great to take advantage of that too. What else have I used? I already told you the price of that. Oh, and then the Milani eyeshadow primer is, I believe, $4 or $5. It's not that expensive either. But this is $14. Back to this. And so those are my reasoning for choosing a tinted moisturizer to start out with. And then also, sometimes you might not remember to blend it all the way down to your neck, or blend it sometimes onto your ears, especially if you're a different color. You know, certain things like that. If you're a beginner, you won't remember that. And tinted moisturizer, especially this one, is so forgiving. So I'm going to apply it with my fingers. I might go back over it with the brush, but let's just start with my fingers so you know that you can, you know, that's a tool too that you have. I usually start about this much. I should have shook it. It's not a lot. It does not give you that much coverage. At this point, I'm going to go with the brush and just make sure everything is blended super well. It doesn't dry down sticky or anything like that, and it just looks very natural. You can just honestly out your skin tone, and you know, it's still looking natural, and you can just walk out the door like this if you have errands to run. If you just want to put on the tinted moisturizer. Next, okay, so for concealer, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I have two. I know that's really confusing, just because they're both great. I couldn't decide. They both have great shade ranges. They're both available at Ulta. Okay, they're both around the same price, $9, $8.99, ooh, a penny. They both have a pretty great shade range, and the only difference, I feel like this one is a bit more hydrating. So if you have more dry skin, I think that, oh, hold on. I think that this would be a little better for you. But I mean, also if you have dry skin, this works out well. It's not super drying or anything like that. I'm gonna go in with this one. And these are full coverage concealers, which is why I didn't want a full coverage or anything foundation, because you can just add it with this. So let's just go in. Let's start with a little bit. Always want to start with a little bit of concealer and then build your way up, just because you don't want to have too much and then have too much to work with. Okay, so for concealer, I actually started using this brush a while back, and I really do like this one for concealer, but you can always use your sponge too. I'm going to use the brush to show you guys. See now, you use very minimal, and use very minimal concealer, and you can always go in with more if you need to. I'm not going to. I just want to go for a very light coverage day today. But you see the coverage difference using a full coverage concealer versus the tinted moisturizer, and it feels a lot lighter than having a full coverage foundation on. Powder that I chose is the Flower Light Illusion Foundation. Again, you can also find this at Ulta. It's $13.99. And the shade that I have it in is Beige L4 M1. I'm going to tell you the shades for these. I'll list all the shades below for the other items I didn't tell you guys about. Okay, so for this, the way I'm going to set it is I'm going to use the setting brush. Now for this one, I have two uses. I'm going to set my foundation, my foundation and concealer, and I'm also going to use it for highlighter. So let's go ahead and set my concealer. Grab some. Just always make sure that do that so you don't have too much powder. You tap it off, go back in just to make sure you don't have any creases, and go ahead and set your under eye. Set my nose because I have oily nose, and yeah. Okay, and the reason that I chose this powder, I should have told you guys that. I don't like the other powders that are like that Milani has. I haven't tried any from e.l.f. that I like, or that even intrigue me, to be honest. But this powder is really, really good. It's very light. It's very finely milled, and the way it just like how you feel it and the way it looks makes your concealer look is like really, really nice. I mean, of course, you know, higher end powders do make your face blurred out, but I think this is really, really good for the price. I mean, not even for the price, just in general. I think this is a really good powder. It's not too heavy. It doesn't make your, you know, your makeup cake up or anything like that. And it does set it down. Okay. Now for the rest of the face, I'm going to go in with the other powder. So I'm just going to go finish here real quick. I'm going to finish up the eyes before I go in with the rest of my face. I'm just going to put in some, actually I just like to do that. So I'm just going to finish up my eyes before I go in with my face. Now for mascara, my favorite drugstore mascara that I've tried so far is the Warrior Lash Princess. I don't have it with me because I finished it, but it's a picture of what it looks like right here. But I love the way that makes your eyelashes look. It's long, super black, and volumizing. I like this one too, the Essence Lash Princess, the False Lash Effect Mascara, but I love that one. Like, I love that one. But for today, I'm just going to go in with this one. I recommend just going in with like a tinted brow, like a brow gel, or if you want to give your eyebrows a little bit more fluff, something that has fibers in it. So I have the Essence Make Me Brow, and it comes in 3 different shades, and then the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel, and it also comes in with 3 different shades. I do have some pencils that I like. I have the e.l.f. Brow Pencil. That's literally what it's called. It's like $2. And the thing that I really love about the pencil, it's a little thicker than I like it, to be honest. But I usually go in with the Make Me Brow first, and then go in with this particular pencil. But I love the spoolie on this. Like, I don't know, the spoolie on here is like one of my favorite spoolies I've ever used. But a finer brow pencil is the NYX Make Me Brow Pencil. This is like the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Very tiny little point. But if you're just starting out with brows, I just recommend going in with a tinted brow. Let me show you. So for bronzers, I do have two options. Unfortunately for the drugstore, there isn't a lot of diversity in the line for bronzers. For each one of these, they only have 3 shades, but these work really well and they build up very nicely. These two bronzers won't work if you have very deep skin. Unfortunately, they do need to expand their shade range, but most drugstore brands are like that with their bronzers, unfortunately. So for the two choices are the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer and then the Milani, what is this one called? Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. I'm gonna go in with, I like both of them to be honest. Let's go in with the Milani one. The Milani one I believe is $8.99. I'm gonna go in with the powder brush. This one feels really light to be honest. The other one that I have feels a lot heavier. Weird. I'm gonna go in and go ahead and bronze my skin. So for blush, the Milani the Milani Baked Blushes. The shades that I have 4 shades, but I picked out specifically Petal Primavera. Petal Primavera. Oh no, I have 3. Excuse me. Luminoso, of course, classic, and Berry Amore. Honestly, all 3 of these are amazing. I'm gonna swatch them for you guys. 3 shades. Oh, always super awkward. The first one is Berry Amore, then Luminoso, then Petal Primavera. The first one has a little bit more shimmer in it, and then the last 2 are very like the classic baked formula where it has that sheen without having any shimmer in it. That's my preference for these, and I do love Petal Primavera. Like, it's beautiful, 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 and so is Luminoso. But since I did like a pinky mauve look, I'm gonna go in with Petal Primavera as my blush, and I'm going to go in with the same brush as I use for bronzer. Just pick some up, top off a little bit, and put some on. These are very pigmented blushes, so you see I like this for blush. Very nice for blush. Here on my cheeks. Blowing that in. You have it as clean as possible. Just kind of make sure you kind of blend both the bronzer and the blush together. Just make sure you blend it upwards. Okay. That way it looks seamless and it doesn't look like you have, you know, the Neapolitan ice cream on you. Finish my eyes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't finish my eyes. I forgot. Okay, so for eyes, I'm gonna go in with this little one. What is it? The smudge brush, the little one, and I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade of the rose water, and I'm gonna use that as my inner corner highlight. I forgot to do that, sorry guys. Now for inner corner, I do like to spray a little bit of any setting spray because I have contacts and I don't want it to go inside my eye. And with setting spray, your eyeshadow will become a lot more intense too. And I personally love an intense inner corner. I think it looks beautiful. I don't like a brow highlight, but I love an intense inner corner. Let me do that again. Okay. Highlighter. This is my #1 drugstore recommendation. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, and it is a very subtle highlight, but you can build it up. So let me show you. And I'm going to take the little setting spray that I had. The setting brush, and just go ahead and go like that and apply it. Okay, you see it's very subtle, but you can build it up. Now it's not going to be an intense beaming highlight. Make that C shape. Second recommendation for highlight, if you want more of a beaming highlight, I recommend the Flower Beauty palette, the original one. What is it? This highlight and strobing palette. It's the original one. Intense. See? Intense. Compared to the nude highlighter. Just I want you to see the difference. And I like also that it has variety in it. It has a gold one, a pinky one, and then a champagne color. So this palette's $13.99, and it's also available on Ulta. But just a recommendation. But if you don't know if you like highlights or not, I would recommend starting with this one. For lip liners, I like NYX ones. Love NYX liners. I also like the Colourpop ones. They're really, really nice. For like just pure bullet lipsticks, I haven't tried any of the new formulas from NYX, unfortunately. I just haven't had a chance to, just because I do have so many lip products. It's just too much. But the Flower Beauty Petal Pout, yeah, is that what it's called? Petal Pouts, yeah. Are beautiful. They have a cream and matte formulas. I've tried both and they're absolutely beautiful. Like my favorite one is Spice Petal. I have about half of them, to be honest, but Spice Petals looks like this. That's what Spice Petal looks like. It's a very pinky nude. It's a very pinky nude. And the reason that I like Spice Petal is because it's very neutral. It works on a variety of skin tones, and it's, at least for me, it's like my lip color but better. And I just really enjoy the cream formula. And it's not going to smear, especially if you use a liner. Another favorite for years is this e.l.f. Praline pencil. And this is what this looks like. Right there. I mean, it is a beautiful. This one's definitely more brown. And they have a liquid lipstick in the same color. But I prefer the crayon. Because one of the reasons I prefer it is just I love crayon like formulas, I guess you could say, or forms. And it goes on sheer, but you can build it up. Okay, another one. Okay. Another one that I just got recently, but I do recommend, are these Just a Tint lip crayons from Colourpop. If you just want a light wash of color with some like a lip balm feeling, these are definitely the way to go. And when I arrived, the little tip fell off, so this is why it looks like that, and this is what that looks like. And they have a ton of colors at Ulta, and this one's just more of a neutral. It does have that beautiful like just passion fruit side, and it's I love it. I love passion fruit. I just want to eat it up. Okay, two liquid lipsticks that I also do like a lot are from NYX, the Liquid Suede formula. However, if you really don't like, if you have dry lips and you don't want them to be further dried, I don't recommend these for you. But if you don't mind that, these stay on. These are very pretty colors. This one is, what is this one called? Soft Spoken. That's what that looks like. These are all very pinky neutral colors, just because you want to keep something, you don't want to get too wild, especially if you're just starting out. You want to kind of ease your way into lip colors and know what you like. And then this one is, I forgot the shades. These are my favorite too, but I forgot the shades. Sandstorm. Love these two. They're again pinky nudes. They're just liquid lipsticks. They're not going to go anywhere even if you eat food. I had just repurchased these because the ones I had were so old. And two, if you want just gloss, you don't want any other products, you don't want lip really colors on, if you don't want any lip color on you, I recommend these two, or at least these two formulas. The first one is from Milani, and this is the Ludicrous formula, and the shade that I have is Teen Spirit. Teen Spirit, right? Teen Spirit, yeah. You guys, like, I mean, this color is beautiful, but also the formula is like amazing. And then this one, the Luxe Colourpop lips, Luxe glosses, and they just came out with a couple more gloss shades with that Solstice collection. This, and again, this one's not a very, it's a very sheer color, so if you don't want too much color on your lips, I would go with lip glosses, and these are the two formulas that I recommend. I love this. I love both of them, to be honest. But it just depends on what you want to go for, you know? Any formula that you want to try out for lips, I always recommend starting with nudes, closer to your lip color, rather than bright colors, because it just sometimes the color does affect how you feel about the formula. So yeah, that's what I recommend. I'm just going to go with some I'm gonna go in with some liner and then just a lip gloss. I recommend starting with drugstore lip colors because it can get very expensive when you try out lip colors or lipsticks or lip anything in high-end brands. But I also recommend a setting spray, especially if you are looking for this makeup to last a while. My hair is just looking a little crazy now. The one that I definitely hands down recommend is the Make It Last setting spray by Milani. Milani's just amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some on away from my candle. And it makes your powder sink into your skin, and it, but just make sure you keep your mouth closed until it's done. And it just makes your makeup last a lot much longer. But this is what my final look is looking like. Very pinky, very mauvey, but I'm liking it. I like it. Oh Lord, I cut my hair earlier and now I have hairs everywhere. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you find or dip your toes into makeup if you were thinking about it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and as always, what I used will be down in the description box. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.